Hey guys, how are you all doing? I hope you guys are doing okay. I know it's been a while since I posted a video on this channel. Things have been a little crazy. I don't know if you guys have noticed, probably not because most of you guys hadn't seen my last video, but I posted a video making food, specifically the pancakes from Speed Racer, and it really messed up my channel. Like, it did not do great. In response to this and discovering, doing a little bit of research, it's very important when you're doing YouTube to post kind of the general same content that you make, or you're gonna lose everything, right? So the past couple of weeks, I've been spending time trying to reevaluate what I want to do and what is important to me. And to be honest, I really enjoy making these movie reviews, so I've kept Wisp as a movie review channel. But I also really enjoyed making that food video, so I created a second channel called Roastin' with Rosen. For context, Rosengrant is my last name. So Roastin' with Rosen is the name of the food channel. So if you're interested in watching me make food from shows and teaching you the basics of cooking and stuff, at least from what I've learned over the years, be sure to go subscribe to that channel. I'll be posting once a week. This week it was the re-upload of the pancake video, which hopefully you guys go and watch, because it did genuinely awful on this channel. So maybe if I direct you guys to go see that one, you'll be able to go and watch that. Last little announcement thing that I have to say: I created a third channel. You might be asking, why did you create a third channel? Well, I recently started streaming on Twitch, and I really enjoy streaming on Twitch. I really enjoy streaming in general, but it's kind of difficult to do that on YouTube and grow, because YouTube doesn't really push out live streams like Twitch does. So in order to make it to where I can still grow, I've decided to live stream on Twitch. The Twitch handle is the same as my YouTube channel, because I actually created this a long time ago. If you are interested in watching gameplay live streams or me playing with my friends and messing around in games, be sure to check it out. I'm currently doing a playthrough of Elden Ring, trying to get to the DLC and stuff. Last stream, I got my butt handed to me pretty repetitively, but what the Okay, I'm whipping it pretty hard. He's chaining up what he's been doing. Oh, okay. That's beside the point. And not the point of this video. I have been recording for 3 minutes and I haven't even told you the name of the movie. So let's hop right in. So today we're going to be looking at Sorcerer's Apprentice. I must say, you either are too young or had a worse childhood than I did if you've never seen this movie. Because this is such a staple of at least my generation. You've got some absolute banger music, right? You've got Nicolas Cage. You've got magic. That's a recipe for success. And I must admit, I think they succeeded. I really enjoyed this movie. I really enjoyed the story behind it. It just kind of threw you into it. There was no I mean, there kind of was, but there wasn't like a real backstory to the story. There wasn't really a lot of explanation. It just or like diving into the way that the magic works, because it's not the point of the movie. The point of the movie is to have a good time. And what it did explain, it did a really good job. It explained that a lot of the physics that we see in the real world is some weird twist on magic. And I think that's really cool. Starting off with the beginning of the movie, I will admit the child acting, not that great. It could have been better. But kids, they're not, I mean, maybe they are professionals, but they're not like, you're not gonna expect them to be Nicolas Cage level of acting when it comes to, you know, movies and stuff. So I'm going to give the acting a pretty solid, like, 7 out of 10. Most of the acting in the movie was phenomenal. Nicolas Cage killed it. Whatever the main character, that guy's actor, which I think he might voice Toothless. If I'm mistaken, let me know down in the comments. But I'm pretty sure he's the same voice as Toothless. But he did a phenomenal job. He's an amazing actor. He's really good at playing the nerdy or like side character turned main character kind of aesthetic. You know, like Toothless, who is, for all intents and purposes, not really a major part of his clan. And then this guy, who you wouldn't expect to be a magic badass, but he is by the end of the movie. And I think that's really cool. And I think that's really a good way to show that everybody has the ability to be really cool. And there's the one thing that kind of bugged me about this movie is the romance wasn't very romancy. It was a little creepy at times. Like, he felt a little stalkery. That could just be me, but it didn't feel natural. But that's like the only major complaint that I have for this movie. It's such a good movie. It, like throughout the whole movie, you'll find yourself either laughing or just like jamming out to the music, because it's got a banger of a track. And the fact that it's made by Disney and you can find it on Disney Plus, but it has so many homages to, like, there's a whole scene completely dedicated to Fantasia, which, if you don't know, is like a animated movie that came out in the 50s, I think 50s or 60s. It's an old animated movie, but it has Mickey Mouse like being a wizard and directing mops and stuff, and then it just gets so out of hand, and they have like a whole like 5-minute section that is just that. And I think that's really cool. I really like that. I really like it when movies combine things and you know, grabs one thing from one movie and puts it in another one, but twists it to make it fit, you know? I think that's really important, to, especially with the type of movie that it was. It was not a serious movie. There was very little seriousness in the movie. The only time there was anything really serious was when Doc Ock was on screen and he was killing people. But we don't talk about that because that's not the point. The point is to be funny. And I really liked that. It just kind of washed over the fact that I can't remember his name. It was like Augustus or something like that. But basically Doc Ock, the actor who plays Doc Ock from the Spider-Man Tobey Maguire movies, he kills a child and steals her magic. And it's like really messed up, but it's like thrown in there and then never talked about. He just moves on. So, and some of the magic in the movie was really interesting. Like the whole mirror trap, that was really cool. I liked how the one guy, the Cantonese guy, he was controlling the dragon with like his belt on his stomach, and it like went into his skin. That was a really cool effect. This movie has no right on being as well affected as it is, and that's really cool. I really like it when you can see a movie that clearly had a lot of dedication put into it. It not to be like a continual series. It was wrapped up in one movie. It had really good cast. Nicolas Cage, Doc Ock, Toothless. Like that's a hell of a cast that you wouldn't really like expect to work really well together, but they do. And speaking on that, there's this whole like section of the movie where Nicolas Cage's character, Bartholomew, I believe is his name, he is just absolutely starving, just carnivorously hungry. And I think he eats like 10 burgers all in one sitting. And if you're interested, next week I will be posting a recipe for those specific burgers. To me, they look like smash burgers, but I could be wrong. And if you're interested in watching that video, it'll be up on my second channel, Roastin' with Rosen. But maybe next week. We'll see. I think there's another video that I'm working on for, maybe I'll post 2 videos next week. We'll see. I I can't give this movie enough praise. It's such a feel-good movie. And if you're from somebody in my generation who has seen this movie, you probably just it's probably not a movie you've seen in a really long time, but I recommend going back and rewatching it because it's one of those movies that it was as good as I remember. And I can't that's probably the whole point of this video. It was as good as I remember. And I really appreciate it when a movie is like that. Like, very rarely do you go back and watch a movie from your childhood and be like, that was exactly how I remember it, or that was exactly the same feelings that I got, right? With that being in mind, I think I'm going to give this movie a solid 8 out of 10. There were some effects that were a little rough. Then again, it did come out in like the early 2000s or the early 2010s, but there was some effects that were a little rough. Some of the acting was also a little rough. Specifically the kid actor who played as young Toothless. But I really enjoyed it, and I think if you're anything like me, you'll really enjoy it too. So I recommend going and watching it. I just now realized that my books are falling over. I don't know what is going on with this background today. It's how long has it been like? Has it been like that the whole video? I don't know. Okay, well, I got nothing else to say. Next week, I will be covering Treasure Planet, so if you're interested in checking that out, stay tuned, subscribe. It'll be easier for you to get notifications that way. And leave a like if you enjoyed the video. But with that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.